I'm here with Doro to talk about Conquerors Forever Strong and Proud, out October 27th on Nuclear Blast. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to have you on the channel. Thank you very much for taking the time. How are you doing today?
Much for your kind words. Yeah, it's great to talk to you. Everything is good. Yeah, we're excited. New album is coming out, and next week we will play another great festival here in Germany. Actually, I just came back from Atlanta from playing the Power Festival, and the festival is called Keep It True Rising, and it's only old school metal, so we're just getting prepared and yeah, and then doing more videos. Actually, this coming Monday, I'm doing the video for this duet with Rob Halford, Total Eclipse of the Heart. And oh, I'm so excited. We did two duets on this new upcoming album. I can't believe it. And I love Rob so much. And it was my very first big tour in 1986. So we have been friends ever since. And yeah, it's such an honor to have him on this new album. Oh.
I definitely want to ask you more about that because that Total Eclipse of the Heart cover at the end of the record is amazing. I love it. But before I ask you about that, let me say this. You released a double record. You follow up that double record with 15 new songs on a new record. Where does all this inspiration coming from?
Yeah, actually, there are 20 songs. I just this album. It's like the first time that I have it in my hand. It's actually 20 songs,
Yeah, there's some
and
bonus tracks.
five bonus tracks, which I think they have the same quality. I thought I want to do another double CD, but yeah, then people said, 10 songs is enough. Like the regular, I said, no way, not for me. I want to give the people all I've got, all good stuff. So there are 20 songs, and I think, yeah, we worked on it 3 years. I got tons of ideas, and I have some of my favorite songs. It's the opening track, Children of the Dawn. I love that so much. And yeah, we just filmed the video of Children of the Dawn. This will probably come out in the next couple of weeks. And then, yeah, Total Eclipse of the Heart. This will be next. So, oh, I'm so excited. And there are actually three duets on it, two with Rob Halford of Judas Priest and one with Sammy Amara. He's of the band Broilers. They're a big German band. And we met last December. They invited me for doing like a guest appearance on their shows, and we did, and we hit it off right away. So we wrote the song Bond Unending that just came out 2 weeks ago, and a nice video. And yeah, and the first video was actually Time for Justice. Have you seen it? It's a
Yeah,
little man.
it's one of my favorite songs of the album.
Oh, really? Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I love them all. When we go on tour, I have to have the fans. They should pick the songs because I love them all. And the set list is like, oh my God, between all the old school metal songs and the highlights of all the Warlock songs, Triumph and Agony, I always love to play. And the last album, the new one, we have lots of stuff to pick and choose from.
A lot. You have a lot of material. Putting that set list together must be insane. It must be super, super difficult.
Yeah, and some songs you always have to play it. Like, for example, Oh We Are, that's always in the set list, or Burning the Witches, because it was the very first album and the title track. And then, yeah, it's hard sometimes. Usually we used to play 2.5 to 3 hours, but now there's always a curfew. So, you have to definitely, ramp it in like in 1.5 hours. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And I love every record for different reasons. And yeah, the new album, I think we have a lot of songs to pick.
Oh, the new album is really good. Is really good. And so let's talk about those duets with Rob Halford, because one thing is for you to do the Bonnie Tyler Total Eclipse of the Heart cover. That to me made sense because it's a neutral song. It's not your song. It's not his song. It's a neutral song. But then you decided to do a Judas Priest cover with him. Is that extra pressure?
Actually, oh, no, we just did it. It was so much fun. And it came about because we played last year the Hellfest. It's in France, big festival. It's like 80,000 people. And we were playing on the same day. And then we were hanging out. And Rob Halford and me were talking. And he said, what you doing? And I said, well, we're just finishing a new album. And then next year I have my 40th anniversary. And, we both smiled at each other and we said, shall we do something together? And I said, oh my God, it would be great. It's about time because my first big tour was actually in 86 with Judas Priest. And yeah, and then Rob said, "So what would you like to do? Do you have an idea? Do you have a song you want to do?" And I immediately said, "Living After Midnight," because I was like really, really, born and raised with this one, the
Wow.
British Steve. It was one of my favorite records. And I already did a duet with Udo Dirkschneider on Breaking the Law. And yeah, so I told Rob, "Oh, Living After Midnight, that would be my wish." And he said, "Let's do it." He said, "I have a wish." And really, he said, "Yes, I wanted to do a song with you for a long time." I said, "No way. What is it?" He said, "Total Eclipse of the Heart." And I thought, wow, that's really unusual. And let's do it. And actually, that was the last song which got recorded, and it's brand new. It just came, yeah, we just finished it a couple of weeks ago. So we are about to do a video, and yeah, and then this will come out the day the album is coming out. That's the 27th of October. The Conquerors Forever Strong and Proud will come out, and the video with Rob Halford of Total Eclipse of the Heart and the singer, and you can watch it on YouTube and everywhere
It,
for
it,
free.
it's a great cover, and I know you're really excited to have Rob Halford on the record on these two tracks. But and you've worked with so many great people. Is there anybody left on your bucket list of artists that you would like to collaborate with?
Man, I tell you, pretty much all my dreams came true working, yeah, with like Gene Simmons, because I was a big Kiss fan, and with Lemmy, we did actually 3 songs, 3 duets, and so many great things. Pete Steele, um, yeah, actually, I it's not possible anymore, but I would have loved to do something with Ronnie James Dio, and we were actually like, having plans for another tour. And some journalist told me that he told them that he was working on a Magica 2 and Magica 3 record, and that he wanted to do a duet. But it never came to that. So Ronnie James Dio would have been awesome. So hopefully in another lifetime, and maybe James Field, because we toured together in the early 80s, or actually we played together on like festivals and some little clubs when everything was like just starting to grow, when metal was bigger and bigger. That's the reason why I put one song of the Kill 'Em All album on this album. It's Four Horsemen,
Mhm.
and thanks for 40 years of Kill 'Em All. And I still remembered Cliff Burton. You're such a cool guy. You're such a relaxed, cool guy. And so, so I wanted to record something, yeah, of the album. And so James Hetfield would be great. And David Coverdale, that would be awesome. That was my very first show I've ever seen in my life, my first rock show, and I was so inspired. He was so amazing. So,
So you definitely have some names still left on that bucket list. Now going back to the Dio one, if you had to do a duet with Dio today, if that was possible, what song do you think you would like to do with him? If you had to do, for example, like a cover similar to what we did, which you did with Rob Halford.
there's one song which I was on tour with Ronnie in '87 when we had our Triumph and Agony album out, and then I was on tour in America with Ronnie James Dio and Ingrid Malmsteen. And in the end, like in the encores, he always said, "Hey, Doro, come up on stage, let's sing together." And it was in Florida. We did 3 gigs, and I said, "Ronnie, I don't know the lyrics." He said, "Doesn't matter." So we were singing arm in arm on stage. The fans were singing with us, and it was so amazing. I think, man, these songs, they were great. It was definitely, one song was Heaven and Hell, I think, and I have one song. I have one song which I would love because I love it so much. And I was one time in the Dio Disciples. I replaced Ripper Owens in Spain, so I had to learn all these Dio songs, and one is one of my favorites. It's Catch the Rainbow. And the tour manager actually was a very close friend of Ronnie. Said, "Hey, Doro, you're doing a good job, but do you know the song The Rainbow?" And I don't. He said, "Listen to it. You will love it. I am sure." And then I listened to it, and then, wow. And I sang it a couple of times acoustic with another guitar player, and that was so amazing. So Catch the Rainbow, that would be my choice. Yeah.
That would be your choice. Now, one thing I noticed, I was at Proc Power, I saw your performance there. One thing I noticed is the fan base, your fans have this incredible love affair for you. They love you. They love your music. They're super supportive. What is your relationship with your own fans? How you see your own fans?
They're the most important thing in my life. I love them, and I think it goes vice versa. And I always felt a deep connection since my first live concert. There was something there, and it's something very human, very deep, deep friendship level, deep connection. And the fans are the love of my life. They always were, they always will be. It's to me the most important thing, and that's why I still can do it and always feeling inspired and motivated, and I love him so much. So it goes both ways so much, and that's the reason why I never got kids, or I never started a family, I never was married. So the fans, that's like my family worldwide, and
You have a
that's
big
why,
family.
well, yeah, 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 it's great, it's great, and I feel so so good. It doesn't matter where we go, even when we don't talk the same language. I always feel like really warm and welcomed, and it's like, wow, that's really amazing. Only the metalheads, like normal people, they have different, they're different, but metalheads I love, and I trust them with my life. And
The performance at Prague Power made me realize how many tours, how many shows you do in Europe and Japan, all over. But us folks here in Canada, North America, we don't get to see you that often unless it's like a festival like Prague Power. So, do you think this album is going to bring Doro a little bit more to North America, maybe in 2024?
also, yes, we're already talking to promoters and stuff. Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. I love the States. I love Canada so much, and yeah, I want to do much more. And yeah, it will be done. It's in the making as we speak, and yeah, and I would love to do many more festivals, many more gigs, and yeah, I love America and Canada, and yeah, sometimes I think, man, in Europe, yeah, we pull a bigger crowd. It's definitely, we play bigger places, and it would be nice if we can do it in Canada and America. But I still love the sweaty, dirty, small clubs as well. So when the headbangers are, banging in my face with their sweaty hair, that's it. That's for me. That's the high. So
That's
it
the
does.
best. That's the best for you.
Yes, so it can be small or big, or it doesn't matter, or festivals. I love it all, every single gig, and I always, I'm always grateful for every show, and when I feel like I can touch, you know, people's heart, and when I feel good, when I can give them good power. That's the reason why the new album is called Conquerors Forever Strong and Proud, because I want to have everybody, yeah, feeling good energy, empower them, lift them up. And that's what I love to do. When I see happy faces, and all sweaty, then I know that's it. Or then I'm
In all of your travels and all of your touring, the festivals that you do, you've created such a legacy. Do you see another Doro out there that perhaps can that has some of the essence that you've always had? Do you see somebody out there that can carry that torch that you've been carrying for so long?
many great, great ladies out there. Man, they're all very talented, about. I just had another interview, and the interviewer said, "Hey, I think you guys would pair up so good, like a duet with Lizzie Hale." And the person said, "Man, she is exactly like you feeling with the fans." And so maybe Lizzie Hale would be awesome from Hailstorm. But I love them all. I love Taya Turun and um, Angela of Arch Enemy, the ex-singer, and now Elisa White Blues. She will come actually to my big anniversary in Germany, in Düsseldorf, 28th of October. And we will have a big party. And she's flying in from Canada, and then we do something cool together. So there are many great, great, great ladies, and yeah, everybody is like, everybody's unique. Everybody has their own thing, and I like it from super hardcore to super, like, cool, and like, yeah, like the Drifter, the Brazilian band. I think they're cool. Nervosa, I like, and from all kinds of metal genre, I think they're great, great women doing it, and it makes women feel really good, like. And when I was young, I had only like my role models that was Rob Halford, Ronnie James Dio, David Coverdale, Lemmy, and now I think there's so many women. So when little kids, they definitely have people to look up to, and I sometimes I hear people say, "Hey, Doro, I saw your All We Are video, and then we wanted to form a band, or I wanted to pick up the guitar." That always makes me happy when people are inspired, and but I think that's one
Is
way.
is that one of the greatest achievements? Is that one of your greatest legacies, that you opened the door for a lot of young girls to become now these strong, powerful women in the metal world?
Actually, it definitely sure feels great when somebody said, "Yeah, man, you inspired me to do something." And it feels great. And, when I did it, I just did it. I didn't think about it. I was just always going full force. I felt like I'm one of the guys, I'm one of the band members. And I was always treated very good by every band we toured with. Like what I said, like Judas Priest was my first tour. They were treating us so good. And then Wasp, and then Ronnie James Dio in '87. Megadeth in '88 in the States, and it was always good. I always had a great relationship, and yeah, and then Motorhead, Lemmy, he supported me big time, and I toured with the Scorpions, and I don't ever felt, I never felt like strange, or that I was different being a woman. It just felt natural, I thought, yeah, and I think music is above that all. It's very human, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter if you're man or woman or whatever. Your heart has to be in the right place. I think that's all it takes. And yeah, I was really supported and treated so good. And yeah, I must say, metal and getting my first band definitely saved me. Like like in normal life, oh man, that was so difficult. When I found like music in my first bands, then everything, yeah, was getting much much better. And I was yeah, I was really happy. And I don't know, if I wouldn't have music, oh my god. Yeah, yeah. I was a graphic artist before. I had a normal job and stuff, and it was tough. So music, or doing music, or being on the road and doing records, yeah, it's hard as well, but it's different, and you always know you do it for people who might love it, and that's like so rewarding. So yeah, so anybody who's doing music, they understand. Or everybody who's loving music or just listening to music, I think that's the magic in this world. That's like out of this world. And yeah.
One last question for you. If you could travel back in time and talk to a young Doro, what would you tell that young Doro about the future? How would you prepare her for all the things that will come to her in the years ahead?
I always would feel, I would say, go, what your instinct is telling you, follow your heart, and try to not be too naive, because when we started out, we were a little bit naive, and we thought everybody's our friend, everybody is supportive, and then we had some adventures, some people, when there was a little bit of success, they went crazy, went crazy. And so I would say be a little bit more careful, and yeah, and don't trust everybody, because some people, they are great, they have a good heart, they support you, and some people, they are maybe just in it for the music business. So I would say a good advice would be, yeah, to maybe get a lawyer before you sign some contracts. Before we signed our lives away, we didn't know it, and we thought, yeah, it's all good, and then we found out, oh my god. So for that, I think it's important to get some advice from an expert before you sign something. That's yeah, that I would tell myself, when I was younger. I thought, I know it's great, we got a deal, you know
It was all rock
you
and
know
roll. It was all rock and roll.
you live and learn. But yeah, sometimes yeah, sometimes I shouldn't jump the gun, when something's exciting, and it's like, yeah, maybe you should wait a little bit, calm down, and check it out for real, and then it's good. But yeah, it's all definitely a learning experience, sometimes, the hard times, it's all good, I learned from it, and so, and I found great people in my life. And sometimes, some people, they were great just for a couple of years, and then they left, and I thought, oh man, why are they leaving? I thought our band and metal is for life, but then they wanted to do something else. That was actually wow. I couldn't believe it, because I can guarantee you I will definitely do it for life. I will not, I will never give up, and I will do it till the day I die, till, as long as the fans want to hear it and see it, I wanna do it full force.
Well, based on what I saw at Proc Power, the fans want to hear it, and the fans are going to be very excited to hear this new record. Doro, this was an absolute honor and a pleasure to talk to you today about the record. I'm going to be patiently awaiting the announcement of a North American tour for sometime in 2024. Hope to see you in Canada. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much for taking the time. And when you see Bill Hudson, he's a good friend of mine. Tell him I said hi.
We all love Bill. He's such a great player, such a sweetheart, and we all love him. I will definitely tell him hi. I will see him in a couple of days when we play the Keep It True Rising here, the Die Hard Metal Festival. So I will see him soon, and I will tell him. And thanks so much for having me on your show. It was great talking to you.
My
Talking
pleasure.
about
Thank you
and
very
say
much. All the best.
all the Canadian fans, Canada and America, we're coming soon, and I love you till immer, forever.
Thank you very much for your time. All the best.
Thank you. All the best to you too.
Bye bye.
Bye.